Africa, a continent of breathtaking landscapes and immense open skies. The African plains stretch endlessly, a tapestry of golden grasses, scattered acacia trees, and distant mountains shimmering in the heat. Here life unfolds in its most raw and powerful form. Herds of wildebeest and zebra move in unison, their hooves thundering across the earth, while giraffes browse quietly on the treetops, ever watchful for danger. From the sun-scorched dunes of the Namib Desert to the vast grassy plains of the Serengeti, survival is a daily drama. The land is both a provider and a relentless challenger, offering sustenance and hardship in equal measure. Every creature, from the smallest insect weaving through the undergrowth to the largest mammal striding across the horizon, is locked in an eternal dance of life and death. Antelope graze nervously, their ears twitching at the slightest sound, while dung beetles roll their precious cargo beneath the blazing sun. The rules are simple, yet unforgiving. Find food, find water, raise your young, and above all, avoid becoming food for another. At the waterholes, tension hangs thick in the air as predators lurk in the shadows, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. This is a world where adaptation is not just an advantage, it is the very key to existence itself. Chameleons blend seamlessly with their surroundings, while antelope have evolved keen senses to detect the faintest hint of danger. The challenges are relentless, shaped by a climate of extremes and the constant threat of powerful predators. The roar of a lion echoes across the plains, sending ripples of fear through the herds, while the great migrations test the endurance of every animal that dares to cross the open land. In this grand theatre of nature, we witness incredible stories of resilience, intelligence, and cooperation. Elephants form tight-knit families, protecting their young and mourning their dead, while lions work together to bring down prey far larger than themselves. Each animal has developed its own unique strategy to navigate this perilous world. The cheetah relies on explosive speed, the lioness on patience and teamwork, and the wildebeest on sheer numbers and stamina. Some rely on blistering speed, others on sheer power, and many on the unbreakable bonds of family and community. Elephants encircle their calves, buffaloes form defensive walls, and lions reinforce their pride with every shared meal. We will journey into the lives of three extraordinary animals, each a master of survival in its own right. Their stories are woven into the very fabric of the plains. We will follow a cheetah mother as she guides her fragile cubs through the dangers of the open savannah, teaching them to stalk, to hide, and to run for their lives when the moment demands. We will discover how the elegant gemsbok thrives in one of the hottest, driest places on earth, drawing moisture from the sparse vegetation and enduring the searing heat with remarkable efficiency. And we will stand in awe of the African buffalo, whose strength lies not in a single individual, but in the power of the herd. Together they face down lions and hyenas, their unity a formidable shield against the ever-present threat of predation. The stories of these animals are more than just tales of the wild. They are the heartbeat of the plains, a testament to the relentless will to survive. They are profound lessons in endurance and ingenuity. Every scar, every adaptation is a chapter in the ongoing saga of life. They show us how life, in its infinite variety, finds a way to persist against all odds. Playful cubs, parched antelope, and vigilant buffaloes all share the same unyielding drive to endure. The whisper of the wind across the grasslands carries tales of epic hunts, of silent stalks and sudden chases, where the outcome is never certain and every moment is a test of skill and instinct, of tender moments between mother and child, where the future of a species rests in the gentle nudge of a trunk or the careful grooming of a spotted coat, and of courageous stands against fearsome enemies. Buffaloes lower their horns, lions bare their teeth, and the eternal contest between predator and prey plays out in 1,000 different ways. To understand these animals is to understand something fundamental about the struggle for life itself. Every glance, every movement is shaped by the need to survive. So let us begin our journey, stepping quietly into the heart of wild Africa to witness these incredible sagas of survival, family, and the enduring spirit of the wild. The plains await, alive with the drama of nature. The sun beats down on the plains, a constant presence that dictates the rhythm of life. Its heat fuels the growth of grasses, but also brings drought and hardship. For some it is a source of energy, nurturing the grasses that form the foundation of the food chain. Wildebeest and zebra graze in great numbers, their migrations shaping the very landscape. For others it is a relentless adversary, forcing them to seek shelter and conserve every precious drop of water. Elephants dig for hidden springs, while antelope rest in the sparse shade, waiting for the cool of dusk. It is within this crucible of heat and scarcity that the most remarkable adaptations are forged. Thick hides, efficient kidneys, and nocturnal habits all help animals endure the harshest days. The animals that call this land home have been sculpted by millions of years of evolution, each feature a testament to the challenges they have overcome. Horns, hooves, claws, and camouflage, each is a tool in the struggle for survival. Their journey is our journey, a window into the timeless and universal story of survival. On these plains, every day is a new chapter, every life a story of courage, adaptation, and the relentless pursuit of life. In the heart of the Serengeti, as the first golden rays of sunlight spill across the endless grasslands, a new chapter of life unfolds in secrecy. Clara, a young cheetah mother, has chosen a secluded den deep within a dense thicket of grass and scrub. Here she is shielded from the ever-watchful eyes of rival predators. In this hidden sanctuary, Clara has given birth to 4 tiny cubs. Their bodies are fragile, their eyes sealed shut, and their only instinct is to press close to the warmth and safety of their mother. The cubs are impossibly small, their fur still marked with faint silvery manes that help camouflage them in the dappled light of the den. They are utterly dependent on Clara for nourishment, warmth, and protection. Clara's days and nights blur together in a cycle of vigilance and care. She rarely leaves the den, her senses always alert to the faintest sound or scent that might signal danger. She grooms her cubs with a rough tongue, stimulating their circulation and strengthening their delicate bodies. Each lick is an act of devotion and survival. For now, Clara's world is reduced to this small, secret space. Her only purpose is to nurture and protect the next generation of her kind. Yet the peace of the den is fragile. The Serengeti is a land of constant peril, and danger is never far away. The scent of new life drifts on the wind, a silent invitation to prowling hyenas and lions. These formidable predators patrol the plains, always searching for the vulnerable and unprotected. Clara is acutely aware of every threat. Her ears twitch at the faintest rustle. Her eyes scan the shifting grass for any sign of movement. She is a solitary mother, without the support of a mate or a clan. Every decision, every risk falls on her slender shoulders. Clara's greatest gift, her speed, offers little protection here. In the confines of the den she cannot outrun danger. She must rely on stealth, patience, and her intimate knowledge of the land. Every rustle in the grass, every distant call sends a jolt of tension through her body. She is always ready to defend, to flee, or to distract a predator away from her cubs. The survival of her bloodline depends on her vigilance and her instincts. Each day is a test of her resolve and her cunning. After several weeks, the cubs' eyes open to the world. Their first wobbly steps are taken under Clara's watchful gaze, their curiosity growing with each passing day. The den, once a sanctuary, becomes cramped and dangerous as the cubs grow. Its location may have been discovered by prowling predators. Clara knows it is time to move. The journey ahead is fraught with peril, but remaining would be even riskier. Instinct guides her to seek out other cheetah mothers. In rare moments, these solitary cats form temporary communities, gathering their cubs together for mutual protection. Several mothers raise their young in the same area, creating a loose alliance. Safety in numbers means more eyes and ears to detect danger. Together they scan the horizon, ever alert. The decision is made, it is time to move. Under the cover of tall Serengeti grass, Clara leads her cubs on the most perilous journey of their young lives. The open plain is a gauntlet of danger. Lions, hyenas, and even large birds of prey pose a constant threat to the vulnerable cubs. Clara cannot carry all her cubs at once. Each must walk on their own tiny paws, struggling to keep up as she urges them forward. Every step is a test of Clara's skill as a mother and a survivor. She must choose the safest path, using the cover of grass and the shadows of acacia trees to shield her family. The journey is long and exhausting. Clara's senses are stretched to their limits as she listens for danger and reassures her cubs with gentle nudges and soft calls. As the sun sets and the savannah glows with the last light of day, Clara's family presses on. Their future depends on the success of this single, dangerous trek, a journey that will shape the destiny of Clara and her cubs and test the very limits of survival in the wild. The journey begins at dawn when the air is cool and the shadows are long, offering some measure of concealment. The savannah is painted in gold and amber, dew clinging to every blade of grass. But beneath this beauty lies a world of constant danger. Clara moves with a quiet intensity, her head held high, constantly scanning the horizon. Every sense is heightened, her nose twitches, catching the faintest scent of rival predators, while her eyes flicker to every movement in the grass. Her 4 cubs follow closely, their fluffy grey mantles helping them blend into the texture of the dry grass. The cubs' small bodies are vulnerable to the chill of the morning, and Clara must keep them moving to stave off the cold. They are a comical sight, stumbling and tumbling over one another. But for Clara, this is no game. Every step is fraught with risk. The grass conceals not only her family, but also snakes coiled in wait, and the occasional scorpion scuttling beneath the surface. She communicates with her young through a series of soft chirps, a sound more akin to a bird than a fearsome predator. These calls are carefully measured. Too loud, and they might attract unwanted attention from lurking threats. This gentle call urges them forward and reassures them of her presence, a constant lifeline in a vast and intimidating world. The cubs respond instantly, their ears pricking at every sound, their bodies pressed low to the ground. Suddenly Clara freezes. Her entire body goes rigid, her ears twitching to catch a distant sound that is imperceptible to human ears. The wind shifts, carrying the scent of danger, perhaps a jackal or worse, a pride of lions on the move. A low growl rumbles in her chest, a signal her cubs instantly understand. The grass around them rustles with the movement of unseen creatures, rodents fleeing, insects scattering, all part of the daily struggle for survival. They drop to the ground, disappearing into the grass as if by magic. Their camouflage is their greatest defense, rendering them nearly invisible to passing threats. A pair of spotted hyenas are on the prowl, their powerful jaws capable of ending this journey in a heartbeat. The hyena's laughter echoes across the plain, a chilling reminder of the ever-present threat they pose. Clara remains motionless, a statue of pure focus, waiting for the danger to pass. Her muscles tense, ready to spring into action if the hyenas draw too close. The minutes stretch into an eternity. The cubs, obeying their mother's silent command, do not make a sound. Even the smallest whimper could betray their position. It is their first crucial lesson in survival. Obedience and stillness can mean the difference between life and death. The cubs' eyes are wide, absorbing every detail of their mother's behavior. Once the hyenas have moved on, Clara gives another soft chirp, and the small family continues its trek. The grass is thick with dew, but also with the scent of recent kills, a warning that other predators may be near. The open plain is a gauntlet they must run. Here there is no cover, and the risk of being spotted by eagles or other large birds of prey is high. Clara urges her cubs to move quickly, their bodies low and their movements swift. Vultures circling high above could signal a recent kill, attracting predators to the area. The sky is a constant threat, and Clara keeps a wary eye on the shadows that pass overhead. A lone lion resting in the shade of an acacia tree could awaken at any moment. Even a sleeping lion is a danger, and Clara gives the tree a wide berth, her every step calculated to avoid detection. Clara navigates this landscape with an instinctual map of safe passages and dangerous territories. She knows where the termite mounds offer cover, where the thorn bushes can shield her cubs, and where the ground dips into hidden hollows. She leads her cubs from one patch of cover to the next, minimizing their exposure in the open. Each dash is timed to avoid the gaze of lurking predators and scavengers. Each successful crossing is a small victory, bringing them closer to the relative safety of the other cheetah families. The cubs pant with exertion, but Clara allows only brief rests, knowing that danger is never far behind. Finally, after a journey that has tested their endurance, they arrive. In a secluded area, dotted with rocky outcrops or kupyes, 3 other cheetah mothers attending to their own litters. The rocks provide shelter from the wind, and a vantage point to spot approaching threats. There is an immediate sense of shared purpose. The mothers greet each other with cautious glances, their cubs mingling but always under watchful eyes. While the mothers will still hunt alone, their proximity creates a network of vigilance. Each mother takes turns scanning the horizon, alert for the approach of leopards, hyenas, or even snakes that might threaten the young. One mother can watch over the cubs while another goes to hunt, a collaborative effort that dramatically increases the chances of survival for all the young. The cubs learn from each other, practicing their stalking and pouncing in the safety of the group. Clara has succeeded in her first great task. She has navigated a landscape filled with peril, using every instinct and tactic at her disposal. She has brought her cubs to a place where they can grow, play, and begin to learn the skills they will need to become masters of the savannah. Here, under the watchful eyes of their mothers, the next generation of cheetahs will hone the art of survival, forever shaped by the dangers and lessons of their perilous journey. Within the protective circle of the cheetah creche, the cubs' earliest days are filled with exuberant play. This is a world where curiosity reigns, and every movement is an opportunity to learn. They chase each other's flicking tails, leap onto siblings, and tumble in the dust, their bodies twisting and turning in mock battles. But beneath the surface of these playful antics lies a deeper purpose. Each leap, each pounce, and every stealthy approach is a rehearsal for the skills they will need to survive. Through these games, the cubs are developing the coordination, timing, and muscle memory essential for the hunt. Their bodies grow stronger with every sprint and jump, their reflexes sharpened by the unpredictability of their siblings' movements. The mother, ever watchful, observes from a distance, her presence a silent guide. Occasionally she joins the play, reinforcing lessons through gentle correction and demonstration. The open plains of the Serengeti serve as both playground and classroom, offering endless opportunities for learning. As the cubs grow, their energy and appetites increase. Milk alone can no longer sustain their rapid development. The transition begins. The mother must now hunt not only to feed her young, but to introduce them to the art of predation. Early hunts are cautious affairs. The cubs, still learning, follow closely, their senses attuned to every movement and sound. Observation is their first lesson. Hidden in the grass, they watch as their mother stalks, learning the importance of patience and silence. The mother's body language, her low, measured steps, the way she uses the wind and terrain, becomes a living blueprint for the cubs. Inevitably, youthful exuberance betrays them. A sudden movement or an impatient dash reveals their position, sending prey fleeing. The mother responds with patience, demonstrating that failure is part of the learning process. Each unsuccessful attempt is a lesson in restraint and perseverance. In the wild, energy is precious. The cubs learn that every hunt must be carefully considered, every movement measured. Over time, the cubs' instincts sharpen. They become more attentive, more deliberate, their bodies and minds adapting to the demands of the hunt. When a young, isolated gazelle appears, the opportunity for a breakthrough arrives. This time, the cubs mirror their mother's every move, crouching low, moving with calculated precision. They observe how she positions herself downwind, using the tall grass as cover, her senses finely tuned to the environment. Suddenly she bursts into motion, a blur of speed and agility. The cubs witness the explosive acceleration that defines their species. The chase is swift and decisive, a display of athleticism honed by countless hours of practice and observation. The successful hunt is more than a meal. It is a pivotal moment in the cubs' education, reinforcing the connection between learned behavior and survival. By watching their mother, the cubs internalize the techniques and strategies that will one day make them effective hunters. As the cubs mature, they begin to venture further from their mother, testing their skills and independence. By nearly 2 years of age, the once fragile cubs have transformed into agile, confident adolescents. Their bodies are powerful, their senses keen, and their hunting skills refined through experience and repetition. They now participate in hunts, sometimes making their own attempts, gradually mastering the art of predation. The close-knit family group begins to dissolve as the drive for independence takes hold. Female siblings may remain together for a time, their bond providing mutual support as they seek out new territories. Males, on the other hand, often set out alone, driven by instinct to establish their own range. The mother remains behind, her role as teacher and protector complete. Through her guidance, a new generation of skilled predators is ready to face the challenges of the wild. The journey from playful cub to accomplished hunter is a testament to the power of instinct, learning, and the enduring legacy of animal behavior. Far from the grassy plains of the Serengeti, in the scorching heat of the Namib Desert, lives another master of survival, the Gemsbok. This antelope is a symbol of resilience, thriving where few others can endure. The Gemsbok, also known as the oryx, is a living testament to the power of adaptation. Its entire existence is shaped by the harsh, unforgiving desert it calls home. The Namib is one of the most extreme environments on Earth, a world of shifting sands, rocky plains, and relentless sun, where water is the rarest of treasures and shade is a fleeting luxury. Temperatures can soar to unbearable highs, yet the Gemsbok not only survives here, it thrives. Herds move gracefully across the dunes, their movements a dance of endurance and instinct. Its very appearance is a blueprint for desert life. The Gemsbok's body is built for efficiency, with every feature serving a purpose in the struggle for survival. Its pale, fawn-colored coat reflects the harsh sunlight, minimizing heat absorption and helping it stay cool. When the sun is at its zenith, the Gemsbok seeks out the smallest patches of shade, conserving energy and water. The Gemsbok's most striking features are its long, straight, spear-like horns, which can grow to be over 3 feet long. These horns are both a formidable defense and a tool for survival. These are not just for show. The horns are used to defend against predators and to assert dominance within the herd. In a land where predators like lions and hyenas roam, the Gemsbok's horns are a vital line of defense. Even the most determined hunter must approach with caution. A cornered Gemsbok will not hesitate to use its horns with deadly accuracy, capable of impaling an attacker and turning the tables in a life-or-death struggle. The horns are also used in ritual combat between males, locking together in displays of strength and stamina to establish dominance and breeding rights within the herd. The striking black and white markings on its face are not just beautiful, they are thought to play a role in social signaling, helping individuals recognize each other and maintain cohesion within the group. Perhaps the most incredible adaptation of the Gemsbok is hidden from view, deep within its body. This antelope possesses a remarkable internal cooling system. At the base of its brain lies a complex network of blood vessels, a natural radiator that cools the blood before it reaches the brain. This adaptation allows the gemsbok to remain alert and active even as its body temperature rises to levels that would be fatal for most mammals. The gemsbok can tolerate body temperatures as high as 115 degrees Fahrenheit or 46 degrees Celsius without suffering harm. This means it can conserve precious water by sweating less, a crucial advantage in a land where rain may not fall for years. By minimizing water loss, the gemsbok is able to endure the long, dry months when the desert offers little relief. It is a marvel of biological engineering perfectly suited to its environment. The gemsbok has also mastered the art of finding water where there seems to be none. It searches for moisture-rich plants and digs for roots and tubers hidden beneath the sand. Gemsbok can go for weeks without drinking liquid water, relying instead on the moisture found in the food they consume. Succulent desert melons and hardy grasses, nourished by the rare sea fog that drifts inland, provide the hydration needed for survival. The gemsbok is nomadic, often trekking for many miles each day during the long, dry season, following ancient routes in search of grazing and water sources. As both grazer and browser, the gemsbok plays a vital role in the desert ecosystem. By feeding on tough grasses and shrubs, it helps shape the landscape, dispersing seeds and maintaining the delicate balance of life in the arid wastes. The gemsbok is not just a resident of the desert, it is a creature born of the desert, perfectly sculpted by its challenges to be the ultimate survivor of the arid wilderness. In the vast and empty expanse of the Namib, there is strength in numbers. Here, survival is not just a matter of individual endurance, but of family and community. Gemsbok are deeply social animals, forming herds that are often made up of 10 to 30 individuals. These herds are not random gatherings, but intricate communities built on family ties and social bonds. Within these herds, family units are at the core. Mothers, calves, and related adults move together, offering protection and companionship in the harsh desert. Living in a group provides more eyes and ears to watch for danger. Each member of the herd plays a role. Some graze, while others remain vigilant, scanning the horizon for threats. This constant rotation of duties ensures that the herd is rarely caught off guard. While one gemsbok lowers its head to feed, another stands tall, alert to the slightest movement in the shimmering heat. When danger approaches, the herd unites in a formidable display. Their collective defense, with sharp horns presented outward, is a powerful deterrent to would-be predators. The sight of a phalanx of pointed horns, each one ready to defend the group, is often enough to make even the most determined predator hesitate. Resting together, the herd forms a close-knit circle. Calves nestle beside their mothers, while older siblings and relatives keep watch, reinforcing the bonds that hold the group together. The composition of the herd is dynamic. Individuals may join or leave, but the core family units remain, and social interactions, grooming, play, and gentle nudges strengthen their unity. During the long, arduous migrations of the dry season, the herd moves as one. Their journey is a testament to cooperation as they search for food and water across the unforgiving landscape. They follow ancient trails guided by the experience of older members. Knowledge of hidden waterholes and edible plants is passed down through generations, ensuring the survival of the group. Calves learn by example, watching their elders and mimicking their movements. The wisdom of the herd is a living legacy shared with each new generation. The cycle of life in the desert is timed with rare moments of abundance. When the rains come, the desert blooms, and the herd takes full advantage of the fleeting bounty. After a gestation period of about 8 months, female gemsbok give birth, often synchronizing with the wet season to ensure their calves have the best chance of survival. The sudden flush of green vegetation provides vital nourishment for nursing mothers and growing calves, supporting the next generation of the herd. A newborn calf is remarkably precocious. Within minutes, it can stand and walk, an essential adaptation in a world where safety depends on mobility. This rapid development allows the calf to keep up with the herd, reducing its vulnerability in the open desert. For the first few weeks, the mother may hide her calf in sparse brush while she forages nearby. The calf remains still and quiet, relying on camouflage and the mother's vigilance for protection. As it grows stronger, the young Gemsbok joins the herd, learning to travel long distances and adapt to the ever-changing environment. Through observation and imitation, calves master the skills needed for survival. How to forage, how to sense danger, and how to wield their growing horns in defense. Life in the desert is a constant test of endurance. The Gemsbok's adaptations, efficient water use, heat tolerance, and social cooperation are all vital for survival. Yet even these remarkable adaptations are challenged by the relentless extremes of the desert. Droughts can last for months, and only the strongest, most cohesive herds endure. Competition for scarce resources is fierce, and the ability to work together, share knowledge, and support one another is what sets the Gemsbok apart as a true survivor. The story of the Gemsbok is a testament to the power of family, adaptation, and community, a reminder that even in the harshest environments, unity and resilience can mean the difference between life and death. Across the vast savannas and sprawling floodplains of Africa, a formidable force moves as one, the African buffalo herd. These creatures are not only symbols of raw power, but also of unity and resilience, thriving in some of the continent's most challenging environments. Often called the Black Death or the Widowmaker, the African buffalo commands respect from all who share its domain. Its reputation is built on both its physical might and its unwavering spirit. A single bull can stand nearly 6 feet at the shoulder and weigh close to a ton, presenting a living wall of muscle and horn. This immense size is a testament to the buffalo's evolutionary success. Their most distinctive feature is the boss, a solid shield of bone where their massive curved horns fuse together at the base. This natural armor is both a weapon and a defense, forged by generations of survival. The boss can stop a rifle bullet and is wielded with devastating force in battles for dominance and in defense against their only significant predators, lions. Scars on these bosses tell stories of past confrontations and hard-won victories. Yet the true strength of the African buffalo is not found in the individual, but in the collective might of the herd. When hundreds or even thousands move together, they become an unstoppable force, their unity a shield against all threats. These animals are highly social, living in vast herds that can number in the thousands. Each member plays a role, and together they form a living fortress. At the heart of this society is a matriarchal structure led by a dominant, experienced female. Her leadership is crucial, guiding the herd through the ever-changing landscape. The matriarch is the keeper of the herd's collective memory, holding an invisible map of ancient migration routes, seasonal grazing grounds, and, most importantly, the locations of water sources that sustain the herd through brutal droughts. The survival of the entire community rests on her wisdom and experience. Her decisions can mean the difference between life and death for the herd. Within the herd, a complex social order governs every interaction. Bonds are formed and reinforced through grooming, nuzzling, and close contact, creating a network of trust and cooperation. The core of the herd is made up of females and their young calves. These vulnerable members are always protected at the center of the moving mass, shielded from danger by the strength of the group. On the outer edges, the males stand vigilant. Their position is both a privilege and a responsibility, as they are the first line of defense against predators. Young bulls constantly test each other, sparring and clashing to establish their place in the hierarchy. These contests are essential for building strength and preparing for future leadership. The most powerful bulls in their prime challenge one another for breeding rights. Their confrontations are thunderous, echoing across the plains and reinforcing the social order. When two massive bulls charge head-on, the impact of their bosses is like a crack of thunder, a display of strength and determination that resonates through the herd. These battles, though rarely fatal, are vital for maintaining order and ensuring that only the strongest genes are passed on to the next generation. The bond between a mother and her calf is unbreakable. This relationship is the foundation of the herd's future, with mothers fiercely protecting their young. A newborn calf, though vulnerable, is born into a living fortress. The herd's collective vigilance ensures its safety from the moment it takes its first steps. The mother's protection is absolute, and her vigilance is reinforced by every other member of the herd. Together they form an impenetrable barrier against danger. This sense of community and shared responsibility is the secret to the buffalo's success. Each individual is part of a greater whole, and the herd's unity is its greatest defense. Communication is constant. Low grunts, moans, and sharp snorts pass information about food, water, and, most critically, danger. This unceasing dialogue keeps the herd alert and coordinated. When threatened, the herd responds as a single intelligent entity. They form a defensive wall, calves and weaker members at the center, while the strongest face, outward, horns ready. This coordinated defense can repel even the most determined predators, making the African buffalo herd one of the most formidable forces in the wild. The African buffalo's reputation for being one of the most dangerous animals in Africa is well earned, and it stems from their incredible bravery and herd solidarity. But across the savannah, unity and defense are not unique to buffalo alone. Many species have evolved remarkable strategies of cooperation, turning the open plains into a living tapestry of alliances and collective survival. When faced with a threat, the instinct of many savanna animals is not to scatter in panic, but to stand together and confront danger as a united front. Buffalo, wildebeest, and zebras all rely on the safety of numbers, using their collective presence to deter predators. If a pride of lions dares to attack, buffalo will form a defensive circle, with the vulnerable calves and older members protected in the middle. Similarly, zebras and wildebeest instinctively position their young at the heart of the group, adults forming a living shield against danger. The adults face outward, presenting an impenetrable wall of muscle, hooves, and horns. This formidable barricade is a clear warning to any predator. Approach at your own peril. For predators, attacking such a fortress is a high-risk gamble. Lions, cheetahs, and hyenas often find themselves outmatched by the coordinated defense of their prey, and many hunts end in failure or injury for the would-be hunter. This collective defense is not just a passive stance, it can become an active, coordinated attack. Buffalo and wildebeest have been seen charging as one, driving predators away with sheer force and determination. Many savanna animals possess excellent memories and a keen sense of loyalty. Buffalo are known to hold grudges, reportedly ambushing hunters who have previously wounded one of their own. Zebra stallions will remember and challenge predators that have threatened their herd before. If a predator manages to isolate a single member, the herd's response can be astonishing. The distress of one animal often triggers a powerful reaction from the group. The distress calls of the captured animal will often trigger a stampede, not away from the danger, but directly towards it. The herd surges forward, overwhelming the predator with numbers and force. The entire group will charge as one, a thundering wave of fury to rescue their fallen comrade. This unity can mean the difference between life and death. This unwavering loyalty makes them a nightmare for predators, as an attack on one is an attack on all. The message is clear: the herd stands together and no member is left behind. This bravery is famously demonstrated at river crossings, which are moments of great peril for all savanna animals. The crossing is a test of unity and courage. Lurking beneath the surface are Nile crocodiles, ancient reptiles waiting for an opportunity to strike. Every animal knows the risk, but the herd moves as one, their numbers offering the best chance of survival. When a member is seized by a crocodile, the herd does not abandon it. Instead, they rally together, sometimes risking their own lives to save another. Often, other buffalo will charge into the water, mobbing the crocodile and using their horns and immense weight to try and free their companion. Wildebeest and zebras have also been seen returning to the water to help a struggling herd mate. This selfless courage, the willingness to risk one's own life for the good of another member of the group, is a remarkable trait shared by many savanna animals. It is the foundation of their survival. It is this spirit of unity that makes these animals some of Africa's great survivors. Whether facing predators or the challenges of migration, their strength lies in their togetherness. The young learn these behaviors by observing their elders. From the first days of life, calves, foals, and fawns watch and absorb the lessons of unity and defense. A calf watching the herd mount a defense against lions, or a foal witnessing a stampede to rescue a friend, is learning a vital lesson about the power of community and cooperation. It learns that its safety is guaranteed not just by its mother, but by the aunts, cousins, and dominant males that make up its extended family. This network of protection is the heart of herd life. This social fabric is the greatest weapon of the savanna's herd animals. Bonds are reinforced through grooming, play, and constant vigilance, creating a community that is both resilient and adaptive. It is a living, breathing demonstration that together they are infinitely stronger than they could ever be alone. Even different species like wildebeest and zebras will band together, using their combined senses and numbers to increase their odds of survival. The animals of the savanna teach us that true strength is not just about individual power, but about the unbreakable bonds of loyalty, cooperation, and community that define their world. From the golden expanse of the Serengeti, where the first rays of dawn sweep across endless grasslands, to the shimmering, sun-baked dunes of the Namib, the savanna tells a story as old as time itself, a story of survival, adaptation, and the delicate balance that sustains life. Across these vast and varied landscapes, three remarkable tales unfold, each a testament to the resilience and ingenuity of the wild. The journey begins with Clara, the cheetah mother, whose solitary path is marked by unwavering devotion. In the tall grasses she guides her cubs, teaching them the art of patience, the necessity of stealth, and the value of every lesson the savanna offers. Her story is a vivid portrait of wild motherhood, where every moment is a lesson in survival and every act is driven by a fierce, protective love that shapes the next generation. For the cheetah, speed alone is not enough. Survival is a marathon of vigilance, teaching, and adaptation, a constant dance with danger and opportunity. Beyond the grasslands, the desert stretches in relentless heat, a crucible where only the most finely tuned can endure. Here the Gemsbok stands as a marvel of adaptation, its form and instincts perfectly sculpted for survival in a world of extremes. With an internal cooling system and the ability to draw sustenance from the driest of plants, the Gemsbok thrives where others falter, a living testament to the power of evolution. Every breath, every step is a calculated response to the desert's challenge, a symphony of physiological mastery. The Gemsbok's ability to extract life from the harshest terrain reveals the extraordinary adaptability woven into the fabric of the savanna. In unity, Gemsbok herds traverse the desert. Their movements a lesson in cooperation and the sharing of hard-won knowledge. They embody grace and resilience, enduring the relentless elements with quiet strength. On the open plains, the thunder of hooves signals the arrival of the African buffalo, a force of nature moving as one. Their story is written in the language of unity and strength, each member bound to the herd by instinct and necessity. Guided by the wisdom of the matriarch and protected by a living wall of horns, the herd becomes a single, formidable entity. In their unity lies unmatched strength, a testament to the power of collective action in the face of adversity. Courage is found not in the absence of fear, but in the willingness to stand together against the greatest threats. The buffalo's fierce defense of every member, from the youngest calf to the oldest bull, is a profound lesson in loyalty and the strength of family bonds. Though cheetah, gemsbok, and buffalo differ in form and fate, their stories are threads in the same tapestry, each shaped by the demands and gifts of the savannah. Survival here is not measured by strength or speed alone, but by intelligence, adaptability, and the bonds that tie individuals to their kind. Family, community, and an indomitable will to endure are the true currencies of life on the savannah. Each day the savannah echoes with the timeless struggle, a dance of predator and prey, of challenge and adaptation, that has shaped the destiny of countless species. As dusk settles and the animals fade into the vastness, the savannah remains a living testament to the intricate balance of nature, a world where life endures, adapts, and triumphs in the face of every challenge. As the last light of day slips beneath the horizon, a new predator awakens in the savannah's twilight, the leopard. Cloaked in shadows, this solitary hunter moves with unmatched stealth, its rosette-marked coat blending seamlessly with the dappled undergrowth. Unlike the cheetah's explosive pursuit or the buffalo's united defense, the leopard's survival is built upon patience, secrecy, and a mastery of the silent stalk. In the hush of night, the leopard becomes a phantom, each step calculated, every muscle tensed. It glides through the tall grass, barely disturbing a blade, its golden eyes fixed on the distant silhouette of an unsuspecting antelope. There is no rush. The leopard waits, motionless as the world around it slows. Even the wind seems to pause, as if honoring the ritual of the hunt. Closer now, within striking distance, the leopard's body coils in anticipation. In a sudden burst of power and precision, it springs forward, swift, silent, unstoppable. The ambush is over in moments, the struggle brief but decisive. The leopard's strength lies not in numbers but in its solitary skill. The art of vanishing, of waiting, of striking with perfect timing. With its prize secured, the leopard drags its catch into the sanctuary of the trees, hoisting it high above the reach of scavengers. Here it feasts in solitude, a master of both earth and sky. By sunrise only faint paw prints remain, fading evidence of a silent predator's passage. The leopard's story is written in the language of silence and shadows, a testament to the power of patience and the subtle artistry of the hunt. In the endless cycle of life on the savannah, it remains a ghostly presence, seen by few, respected by all, and forever woven into the fabric of this wild, untamed world. As darkness settles over the African plains, a hidden world awakens. The savannah transforms under the cloak of night, where both predators and prey reveal their secret adaptations for survival. In the cool shadows, lions begin to stir, their eyes glowing with a reflective sheen that pierces the gloom. This natural night vision, shared by many hunters, allows them to see movement where others see only blackness. Nearby, a herd of impalas clusters tightly, their ears swiveling to catch the faintest rustle. With senses sharpened by generations of nighttime threats, they rely on acute hearing and a keen sense of smell to alert them to danger. Even the tiniest creatures like bush babies and aardvarks emerge from burrows and tree hollows, their oversized eyes and sensitive whiskers perfectly attuned to the darkness. Some predators, like the hyena, use the cover of night to communicate in low whoops and cackles, coordinating their hunts in the shadows. Meanwhile, owls glide silently overhead, their wings specially adapted to muffle the sound of flight, making them nearly invisible to both prey and rivals. The night is not just a time for hunting, it is an intricate dance of survival. Bioluminescent insects flicker across the grasslands, while snakes and scorpions navigate by the faintest vibrations in the earth. Each species, predator and prey alike, is shaped by the challenges that come with the absence of light. In this realm of darkness, every sense is a lifeline, every adaptation a testament to the relentless ingenuity of life. As the stars burn cold and bright above, the nocturnal savannah hums with quiet intensity, a world rarely seen yet vital to the eternal rhythm of survival. As the night deepens, a different cast of characters steps into the spotlight, nature's clean-up crew. Scavengers like hyenas and vultures may lack the glamour of the big cats, but their role on the savannah is nothing short of essential. Guided by powerful senses, hyenas patrol the darkness, their noses keenly attuned to the faintest scent of a recent kill. With bone-crushing jaws, they consume what others leave behind, ensuring that little goes to waste. Above, the first hints of dawn reveal dark shapes circling in the sky. Vultures ride invisible thermals, their sharp eyes scanning for any sign of a meal. Once a carcass is spotted, they descend in flurries of feathers, working together with ruthless efficiency. Each species, white-backed, lappet-faced, hooded, has its own part to play, from tearing tough hides to cleaning the smallest scraps from bone. Scavengers are the silent custodians of the plains, preventing the spread of disease by swiftly removing decaying remains. Their presence accelerates the recycling of nutrients, returning vital elements to the soil and supporting the next generation of life. In this intricate web, nothing is wasted. Even the harshest scenes, bones picked clean under a rising sun, are acts of renewal. Through their tireless work, hyenas and vultures maintain the health of the ecosystem, proving that in the circle of life, every role has its place. As the savannah stirs with the promise of a new day, the legacy of the night scavengers endures, woven into the very fabric of survival. As the sun climbs higher over the savannah, a distant rumble signals one of nature's most breathtaking spectacles, the Great Migration. Every year, millions of herbivores, wildebeests, zebras and gazelles embark on an epic journey across the African plains. Driven by instinct and the promise of rain, vast herds stretch for miles, their hooves raising clouds of dust that shimmer in the heat. But this journey is far from easy. The travelers must navigate treacherous rivers swollen by seasonal rains, where crocodiles lie in wait beneath the surface. The crossing is chaotic, a desperate dash for survival, where the old and the young face peril at every turn. On land, predators shadow the herds, ever watchful for the weak or the unwary. Food and water are precious commodities on this odyssey. As the grasslands are grazed bare, the herds push onward, following ancient routes etched into memory over generations. Along the way, the landscape transforms. Lush meadows give way to cracked earth, and the promise of new pastures pulls them forward. The youngest calves, born on the move, must find their legs quickly or be left behind. The unity of the herd offers some protection, but only the strongest and most resilient survive. Through dust storms and drought, through river crossings and predator gauntlets, the migration continues, a living testament to endurance and adaptation. In the absence of humans, these migrations shape the very land, rejuvenating grasses and scattering seeds, feeding countless other creatures in their wake. The journey is a story of hardship and hope, an eternal cycle that sustains the heart of the savannah. Beneath the thundering hooves and towering shadows of the Great Migration, a hidden world thrives, one that rarely meets the eye. Here in the tangled roots and under the golden blades of grass, insects and small predators wage their own daily battles for survival. Ants march in well-organized columns, building intricate underground cities that rival any above-ground metropolis. Their tunnels provide shelter not only for themselves, but sometimes, surprisingly, for other creatures seeking refuge from the scorching sun. Dung beetles, nature's master recyclers, roll their precious cargo with unwavering determination, transforming waste into nourishment and helping to fertilize the earth. Praying mantises perch motionless, their leaf-like bodies blending perfectly with the swaying grass, waiting for the perfect moment to strike at an unsuspecting cricket or fly. Wolf spiders scuttle silently, weaving their webs low to the ground, traps for the unwary and meals for the patient. Even smaller predators like the assassin bug lurk in the undergrowth. Armed with a piercing proboscis, it ambushes prey with swift precision, playing a vital role in keeping the ecosystem in balance. Grasshoppers leap from stalk to stalk, their powerful legs propelling them away from danger and into fresh grazing grounds. Every inch of the savannah teems with life, from shimmering beetles to iridescent butterflies. These tiny creatures may go unseen by the giants above, but their influence is profound. They pollinate flowers, break down dead matter, aerate the soil, and serve as the foundation of the food web for countless birds, reptiles, and mammals. In the micro-kingdom of the savannah, survival is measured in seconds, and the dramas that unfold are as epic as any migration. Here, the smallest life forms play out their destinies, each one a vital thread in the fabric of the African plains.